I'm going to show you how we play God of the Redeem live on the electric guitar. Very basic setup as far as the sound goes. It's the bridge pickup here, so it's a little bit brighter. And then I've got a very simple distortion going, light distortion. And then on top of that, I have an 1/8 note delay. So when I hit it like this, it gives me a few repeats. So the beginning of the song starts in with this note right here. This is C. It's on the 10th fret on the D string. You'll play this note a lot, and you'll play it with your third finger, your ring finger. So kind of slide in 3, 4, 1, and 3, and 4. It's kind of a nice little swell into what it is that's going on, and then it gets into the main riff. So the main riff starts here on the 10th fret, and then you'll bar with your index finger the 8th fret on the B and E string. So that looks like this. So ring finger 10th fret on the D string, index finger on the 8th fret, B and E string. So it skips one. And then with your pinky finger, you'll pick up the 10th fret here on the 10th fret on the E string. Again. So you're hitting 10th fret D string, 8th fret E string, 10th fret E string, 8th fret E string, 8th fret B string. And that pattern cycles over and over again. So it goes like this. So then we get into the main part of the verses, and really you're going to hang out on that 10th fret pretty much the entire time that we're playing the verses. Every once in a while we'll stick that lead in again in the breaks between the singing. So, but for the most part you'll just be playing just over and over and over and over and over again. So I gave it a little bit of a palm mute here with my right hand. Now the way we play it live, the first verse I let Sean cover the little lead moments on the piano, and then on the second verse I take the little lead lines and she lets me have them. So when that comes, second verse, she'll be going this, and then in between the breaks then back to it. So one thing that's a little challenging is that you're not following the chord progression. You're just playing that C over the top of the chords changing in the piano, and specifically the chords changing in the bass. But because this is the root, the one, the C, it goes along with all the other notes that are being played, and so it sounds good together. So at the end of the verse, I kind of give it a little swell to get into the chorus, and basically you just try to mute this string right here, which is your G string. So you just kind of mute it, and then you strum the other 4 strings, and it goes and kind of crescendo into the chorus. So once you then get into the chorus, I switch down to bar chords, and you're just doing straight quarter notes. So that's your standard power chord, C chord here. You've got 3rd fret here on the A string, 5th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G, and you're really only playing these 3 strings. You can hit this one, but it's really better if you just leave these 3 notes, and that leaves room for the bass below you, the piano above you. So those 3 strings. And then instead of going down, I go up to the G. And so that's a little different chord formation than some people are used to, but basically it's a D formation that you just, instead of playing it like this, you bring these fingers here, and then you act as if that's your bar, and then you bring that up here to the 5th fret. So you're barring the 5th fret, and you're only looking to play 3 or 4 strings. So you would start here on the D string, and then you play 7th fret on the G, 8th fret on the B, and those are the 3 strings that you're really only trying to hit. Again, that's the G chord. So instead of going from C down to G, we're going from C up to G, and it just sounds different. So let me give you both ways. Versus. Now from there, we go to our minor chord, which is going to be on the A minor, which will be here on the 5th fret of the E string, another power chord formation, the 7th fret on the A, 7th fret on the D. And then we're going to go down to the F, then, which is all the way down to the 1st fret, same formation, just down to the 1st fret. And 1st fret, 3rd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the D string. So that whole part just... And sometimes I give it that little love right there, and it's just you let go of the 1st fret on the E string. Take it or leave it. I do it because I think it sounds cool in the moment. So then the chorus does that again, although on the 2nd time there's a little walk down when you get to the minor chord. And so you're going major to the 1, up to the 5, then to the 6, 5, 4, to the F, and then you're back into the main riff, which then you'll slide up, and this is probably the hardest part of the song, is then going from this chord, finding your way up to your C here, and then into your... So that part you just practice going from here, and then move a string with your ring finger, and then slide that up to the 10th fret, and that's kind of your anchor position to then go to this barred 8th fret thing here. Alright, so then it'll do that again for the 2nd time through the verses, and the same thing in the chorus, and then we get to the bridge section. So on the recording there's a longer solo part. We cut that in half for live just because we're not trying to get people to watch us play music, we're trying to get people to participate, and so we shorten it down. So that's what I've tabbed out for you on the music section, but let me go over it real fast. So it starts here on the B string on the 5th fret. Right, so that's your basic beginning of that. So again, 5th fret on the B string, 8th fret on the B string, then it goes up to the 13th fret. So once it gets here, it then just continues to walk up, and it goes from the 13th to the 15th, to the 17th, to the 18th, to the 20th fret. Now if your guitar doesn't go that high, you can switch strings and play it over here, but with all the slides, it's nice to stay on the 1 string, and it looks cool when you bring your hand all the way up here on your guitar. And that's where then it goes back into the chorus, which is the breakdown chorus. Now on top of what the drums are doing, you give it a little and 2, and then this one is big here on the F, and then it goes into then the 2nd half of the chorus, which is your back to how you play the other choruses, which is the C.